We must start by saying that never before in the history of MTN have we done so much changes to our infrastructure in preparing for taking this infrastructure to being able to deliver the future mobile broadband experience for most of the consumers. So, this infrastructure was developed mainly for voice and mobile voice, and it's transitioning very aggressively and being the definitive delivery mechanism for mobile IP connectivity or mobile internet effectively. So that's the first. So if you look at the investment, it's every component is being changed or upgraded in some form or shape. I think the future network really is about the following: is that you have a radio base station from which people connect to, and that connection, it will be down to the 50 meters, maybe even less in the longer term. From that base station, we have a cable network, and this is mainly a fiber network. And that fiber network is connected via core infrastructure, core switches, that again is new tech. So, if you look at that network as well, the core infrastructure of switches for IP is all getting brand new, and that's big investment. All of this fiber to base station. Never before have we trenched so much of this country as we're trenching now, and working with whoever is interested, certainly trying to scale the amount of civil contractors aggressively. So if anybody out there that's interested, please, we need more and more people to help us trench and put the fiber into this base station. All our base station infrastructure we're upgrading as well to next generation and LTE capable. That's long-term evolution as they call it, but it's just the next evolution from what we call 3G, Super 3G or Super 3G++, so that we can get speeds of 100 megs plus out of these base stations. At the moment, sort of our speeds go for our top end is around about the 42 megs. So of the sort of 8,000, well, now a total of 9,000 base stations we got out there, most of them we are either in the stage of upgrading or have already upgraded to make them LTE capable, but certainly 3G capable, certainly capable to have the whole ambit of spectrum that you can access, because as the speed, as data use increase, we need to utilize more spectrum, so the base station must be able to broadcast and receive in the different spectrum capability as well. There's a couple of bottlenecks, I said. First, the bottleneck was from the device that the user has to the base station, that we've now spoken about and unlocked. Then it was from the base station to the core infrastructure as well, that we've unlocked with fiber and stuff. And then it's undersea cable to connect the rest of the world to us. So MTN Group is probably one of the biggest investors in undersea cable around, certainly in Africa now. We spent in excess of 230 million just on new cables. If you look at all the landing stations, probably that number grows to 350 plus million US dollars that we've invested over the past year in this area as well. So certainly, we've got now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cables basically that we have invested in across to connect South Africa and all our operations of Africa to the world. If you look at today, most of our content, 70% of people content is still coming out of the developed world, out of the Europe and out of Americas as well. So we've done a lot of investment also connecting into those networks there. So we have got big, what they call point of presence in London, in Amsterdam and so on, connecting our fiber all the way there so we can get as close to the content as possible. I suppose the other big thing we're doing is we're building the MTN Yellow network, which is looking at caching and specifically content management, so that the information, the content that sits in Europe, that we can permanently move it to South Africa, for example, or in the MTN broader network, and make it available at faster and quicker speeds and at better quality to consumers as well. If you look at our capitalization this year, it's probably going to be in the order of 3 to 5 billion. But on top of that, at any one stage, we got probably 3 or 4 billion worth of work in progress as well on top of that. So if you look at the past 2-3 years, we've invested an order of 13 billion, all in preparation for that. This is just MTN South Africa. If you look at the group, that number grows to just below 30 billion. So huge investor in this future mobile broadband infrastructure.